Hello, everybody. My name is T. I am back with my interview series. Today, I'm going to be interviewing Jeff for the North America versus Europe. He is the European captain. Say hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Uh, Not really much. Like, I haven't really done much today. Just chilling.
It's chilling. That's good. That's
Haven't
good.
really
You're not
played the
part.
game today.
I noticed that Ethereal's actually not playing the side tournament.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are taking a little break from competing for now.
Yeah. I
Like, we
mean,
don't
you.
really gain anything from participating at this point. And
Yeah. I mean, you
thought it
guys
would
have
be a good
been
idea.
like kind of steamrolling. I think you only like.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys lost anything. Yeah. Anyways.
We lost one match against AV from a troll,
Okay. Okay.
and
Yeah.
we tied one match from a troll in our
Okay.
favor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember now. Anyways, we're getting off topic. We're here to talk about North America versus Europe, the clash of two, I guess, regions of the globe, stuff like that. So, I know when you first were approached to do this event, I'm assuming you were approached by Eirik or Calvin. Was there
Like
any?
Calvin, yeah.
Yeah, Calvin. Yeah. Yeah. Was there any reluctance, or like, were you like, oh, let's do this?
Well, at first I had my doubts because of how World Cup has been treated. Like, there were some discussions and some weird decisions concerning like which teams can participate and which players can participate for the teams and stuff like that. Like, for example, they didn't allow Benelux, but then they allow like Eastern Europe, which is not even a team technically. It's kind of weird. But in general, I'm a fan of these bigger show matches, so I didn't really mind being the team leader for EU, and I also think it's better for myself to do it rather than complain about other people with less experience hosting it after all. So I think I was kind of ready to jump on it immediately.
Okay. Uh, Next thing is, I believe the format is what is it? It's like three wars, and is it the
Yeah.
total amount, the total points wins or something like that?
Well, technically it's 9 GPs total. Like, you combine all the scores
Okay,
in a 6v6 format, but you like switch the hosts. So yeah, technically it's like 3 wars and the scores are combined.
it's 66 Sui, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
it's way different than like the formats we are used to, like 5v5. We realized that in our practice match against Team USA the other day that the starting positions are like different. For example, I think it was fifth place is not the person starting behind second place, but it's the guy in sixth. So when we said, okay, the guy in fifth will draft our guy in second, we were kind of confused because it didn't work out since the starting positions were actually different and it's in 5v5, like the format we're used to. And yeah, in general, like item wise, the format requires more patience because there's more players, so more good items will always be in play, leading to a higher chance of pulling a TC in mid pack and stuff like that.
interesting. I
That's
was
what
gonna
we
ask you
realized.
what are your thoughts on it, but you just completely answered that by yourself.
Yeah, I think it's not as good as 5v5 because of one specific aspect, which is the bill in 10th, which is super easy to obtain. Like, it's 7.5% compared to the usual 5% in the 10 player room in 8th. So what we did against USA East is every race we had one person just sit in 10th to have like full control over the short game. Like, we always knew when Bill was in play pretty much, and whenever the Bill is in play in a 12 player room, the shock is just super available.
Mm,
And yeah, as we know, the shock is the most important item to have,
yeah,
or like the item which makes it the easiest to win.
right.
So yeah, we
Um,
kind of played around that when we first tried it. That's why I think 5v5 is still the better format because it gives baggers more of a room to play.
mm,
Like, it's not only based on the probability between Bill and Shark, pretty much.
okay. Can you tell me your roster real quick?
Alright, so we have Crash, Noctil, Fox, Xander, Phasal, Roy, and so that's 7 players, one
Okay.
substitute, pretty much.
Okay. Can you? What was like the selection process? Was it people like you're comfortable with, or was it just based on like how
Uh,
good they are?
it's not really about being comfortable with playing them. I don't. feel like that should be a factor. Like what you should do in those situations, like my situation of being a captain, is that you like select the best players in terms of individual skill while still taking care of chemistry. And by taking players out of Ethereal and Metro Wipeouts, we obviously have like the two best active European teams in the game. So picking people from there is just the best play in my opinion. Something people don't often realize is that players should always try to cover all aspects while playing, rather than just playing one role, apart from like bagging. I don't know, like I feel like this is something which is often said by like casters that, oh yeah, this guy he plays the schlagging role in the team, this guy plays the running role, but that's just wrong. Like you need like all your runners need to cover all the skills and just adapt to them in the specific situation. And I feel like the team I selected here is really good at that in general.
So instead of going for like, oh, this guy's a runner, this guy's a schlagger,
Yeah, you should not like have specific roles for each player. Just the players should just know what role to like adapt to in the in-game situation at what point.
that's
Because I feel like in the game there's only two roles: backing and running.
mhm.
That's my opinion.
That's actually
Um,
interesting because I mean,
yeah.
yeah, different philosophy. Because like people are like, okay, this guy's like our runner, this guy's our schlagger, but you're saying that everyone should, like the best players should be able to adapt to any situation and play either or either like running, like they should be able to adapt in the situation from lap to lap.
Exactly.
All right.
For bagging, we also had the option to have Ryu from KG, but that's where the chemistry aspect was important. I feel like Roy has better chemistry with like everyone in this lineup compared to Ryu, who never played with us. Like we've played with Roy in the past, like he was in Ethereal at some point, and we've also played like the E people have played with the MW people, Xander and Fox in the past as well. Like in EU versus NA 2017, I think Xander was in lineup, and I think just in general we had some wars where we were on the same team. I don't really remember what it was, but there were like cases where we already played together, so there's not like something like being uncomfortable with playing them.
So
And it kind of showed in the practice match.
yeah.
Like worked well.
So besides like Ryu, or I mean, you already covered that you wanted, if you could add someone, you would add Ryu as a bagger. If you would like to add one,
Yeah.
if you would like to add one runner, who would it be?
When it comes to active players, I would go with Sharon, the
Sharon.
MW player.
Okay.
Sharon, yeah.
Uh,
He's very consistent, and I feel like he's usually overlooked when it comes to MW wars, even though he like contributes a lot to the team and to them winning. Like I feel he's very good at what I said earlier, like adapting to every role in the game. Obviously, there's also like inactive players that would be good choices, like Nero, the drum guy. He quit like 2 years ago, but he's definitely one of the best players of all time in terms of individual skills, so having him would always be good. I think in 2017 we didn't even use him either, though. I think he already quit at that point. We had like Samuel running in that
right.
event.
Yeah, I remember Samuel running. Um, last thing is your opponent is Casper, and
Yeah.
his roster. Or do you know his roster as well?
I need to check.
Yeah, let me. I need to
It's
find
in
it
the
as well.
endgame chat, I'm pretty sure. So his roster is Bobby, Hawk, Killua, Quinn, Sean Berry, Sora, TK, and Trix, and himself, obviously.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Wollywogs in that roster.
Yeah.
What do you think about like Casper as a captain and just like the roster, the North American roster
Well,
itself?
I think Casper is a very good player, but he is a very questionable pick when it comes to leading the team, in my opinion. It is a known fact that he is like more of a launch main, and he doesn't have like the biggest war experience. Yeah, I feel like it would have been better if they had like TK as a leader, because he has like the best experience out of all those players in NA, I think. And yeah, in terms of their team structure, I think there's like some flaws which are not really understandable to me. First of all, I've been told that it took some convincing to have Casper recruits like Hawk and Trix to the team, which is kind of weird because they perform pretty consistently in the teams, like in top tier competition as well. The KG members are also not playing.
Yeah, Mura
Apparently
and
they were
Jake, right?
asked. Yeah, like Mura, Jake, maybe even like Mike or Javo.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are not. They are also good players to have in the team. Apparently they were asked. At least Mura and Jake were asked, but they just declined the offer for whatever reason. But I definitely think they would be better in terms of skill and also in terms of playing a war format, kind of, because it's just weird to me to have like Sora, for example, who is um, not speaking in calls. I think I don't know if it changed, but he doesn't have as much calling experience. At least, like using him is just weird because you kind of have a handicap when you like miss one player communicating in your lineup. It's just kind of weird to me.
I know.
And
I know Jake. I
yeah,
think he's playing Mario Kart 8 right now.
yeah, maybe he has no time to play, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
I
don't
feel
know
like he's
the.
still an optimal choice for the lineup.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Jake was. I mean, I played with Jake, and he's a phenomenal runner and like a phenomenal player as well. I guess last question is, what are your predictions? Are you predicting you guys will win like pretty handily, or do you think it'll be close?
It's hard to say. Like I don't want to underestimate my opponents, but I feel like the practice match from 2 days ago against USA East was pretty convincing. Like I think like over the entire BO3 we lost like 2 races, 3 races
Oh
maybe
wow, that's
total.
dominating.
Which
Wow,
is yeah, there was like a race where they had on Peach Gardens they had like two sharks in the blue and we still won the race by like 11.
that's actually
But yeah,
insane.
like
Dang.
it's not the same team as NA. Maybe NA works better together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they give us some good competition.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm looking forward for a good match. But honestly, I feel like EU will win. Maybe not a 2-0, but oh actually it's not a BO3 this time. So
Yeah, it's 9 GPs,
just
right?
I feel like yeah, I feel like in terms of total scores, EU will have the edge over NA.
Okay. I believe that is it. Thank you so much for the interview. I know it was kind of super last minute, but I thank you so much for like taking the time of
don't
your
don't
day
worry about it.
to do it. If you guys want to watch more interviews, you can check the playlist that I'll have linked. And that's it. Thank you.